Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 42 of the Radio Podcast. Good to be back. Joining me, as always, the bald, bearded
Braided.
bruiser.
Braided.
And I'm braided. Oh, you could be braided.
Could be.
Bobby
Could
Boucher.
grow the beard and braid it out.
So, Bobby, how's life? How's you?
Not too bad. All good.
A
Gaming.
lot of,
Been gaming. A lot of gaming.
you've been doing a lot more gaming than me in terms of different types of games. I've been balls deep in fucking Elden Ring all week. But
Beefy.
this week it's going to be, there's not a lot on the news. So we're just kind of going to dive into some Hellblade 2 previews, talk a wee bit more about that. Gear 6 rumours. And then obviously there's some Prince of Persia news, but apart from that, it is going to be more about what we've been playing and discussing that. So yeah, any news this week, Bobby? Anything you've been up to?
No, fucking off Monday, Tuesday, bank holiday, and the work Wednesday, dead on, slaughtered Thursday, Friday not so bad, but a lot of gaming over the weekend, over the Easter weekend, which is
Went
good.
balls deep in FromSoft, like completely.
I have, and there's no stopping at the minute.
What about after this? After you do Demon's Souls, do you reckon you'll keep continuing? Or are you gonna take a
I
break?
don't know. I think I need to see. I'm still in that mood because obviously I follow the video guides and stuff, and I'm in that mood at the minute. But I'll see after Demons. I was still in it after Bloodborne. I'm still craving it. So if I'm still like that after it, I'll maybe move on to Dark Souls 3.
What about watching anything good to watch this week?
No, I've seen Godzilla. Well, I suppose we talked about that last week. Godzilla. I haven't actually watched anything this week at all.
You still not seen Dune 2?
I haven't even seen Dune 1.
Oh Jesus. Go watch it. It's on Netflix. Dune 1 is like I said, it's like the equivalent of watching the Fellowship to the Two Towers with Dune 2. Fucking
Yeah.
class. Give it a
Got
watch.
TV. Like I want to watch as well, but just haven't got around to it. I'm just gaming at the moment.
Shogun. Everyone keeps saying what's like what episode was
Shogun.
hard to get into.
I've two Walking Dead series just they've done like a spin-offs with Daryl. There's one with Negan and Maggie, which I watched, and then there's the one with Rick now as well. It's on, so I need to watch all of them.
See the whole thing with just touch on Shogun. I keep seeing popping up my Reddit page about how good Ronin is. Like people are fucking absolutely loving it. Like saying, "Oh, this is so underappreciated right now." And to very quickly touch on it, I actually did have it set on FPS mode last week. And I was
right,
thinking,
yeah.
oh, it was on FPS already. Frame rate could be better, but apart from that, I think if you're in the mood, see if you're in the mood for an open world game, that's kind of Soulsy in terms of the
Yeah.
combat. That's or Sekiro-ish / Souls with the stamina. That was probably when you should probably give that a go because it is really good.
Yeah,
But,
that was going to be my plan after Bloodborne, but I'm just in that FromSoft mood. Craving.
So, we'll get stuck in because I really want to talk about Demon's Souls and shit anyway. But obviously, this week, a lot of people have got hands-on previews with Hellblade 2. First and foremost, are you surprised at kind of the reception because it does seem to be very positive?
It's actually quite funny because you literally said a couple of days before the previews came out, like, where's the hype for Hellblade? Like, it's out in May or something like that. There's nothing about it at all whatsoever. And then this came out a couple of days after you said that. So yeah, I don't know. Like,
so you can actually, I'll let you read it out. You can read out to anyone listening what actually the outlets have said. So obviously, the IGN, GameSpot, and a few more.
Yeah, so IGN said Hellblade 2 is undeniably one of the most graphically impressive games I've ever played. GameSpot.
Do you want to touch on that first? What do you think? I've seen that, like I looked at gameplay, like the visuals are fucking phenomenal, but it's hard because they're showing you kind of up close scenes, so it's kind of like, well, what's it actually like in gameplay? I have seen some gameplay, but what was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a looker. Like, I think that's clearly why they've went for 30 FPS because they just want the highest fidelity possible that they can get on Unreal 5. All the action scenes and all, every single bit is mocap. All mocap.
It's one-on-one fights.
Yeah, and they're all done mocap. It look visually impressive. I think it's going to be a showstopper. I think I said that there because we were talking about the whole 30 FPS thing. I was like, I think they just want to push the graphics to the absolute utmost and just to show like what Unreal 5 can do in terms of fidelity.
It's probably next gen game. Like, is it going to have like kind of letterbox mode like The Order did?
The Order? In what way?
So what The Order done is you can basically have a 4K image, but if you have like black bars, what actually happens is it renders less overall pixels, so it actually is less intensive. So a good example, see Death Stranding on the PS5, you can do letterbox mode. It's the it's like widescreen almost. It actually runs at a native 4K, lock 60. and it just gives you a wider FOV, but it looks fantastic. So I'm wondering if they're going to at least incorporate black bars as well to even try and get more. Like that's why back then that they done that with the Order, just to get as much
Order
out of
was
it as
fantastic. I loved it.
you loved it. You mentioned about it.
Yeah.
But Unreal 5, like I said to you, obviously we weren't recording at the time, but I was like, I'm getting like Unreal 5 is a bit, I don't know, there's a good bit of jank with the games. Like I was playing the Banishers and I don't know, like the look.
Lords was
Yeah,
another one.
there's always a wee bit of something that's just, don't know,
But
it doesn't feel.
is this going to be one to kind of break the mold? This going to be one
Yeah,
that is going to raw flawless
optimized.
at 30, like run flawless at 30 and just look and perform like absolutely fantastic. Now it's only 30 obviously on consoles. If you have a PC beefy enough, you can up the frames like. But I think it's going to be absolutely fucking stunning.
I don't know what it was with Unreal, but it just felt like it wasn't optimized or something. Not optimized, I don't really mean that, but it was like, it just seemed like it was kind of like a work in progress still. Like it wasn't a finished engine. Like there's a lot going on with it that was still, obviously they're still adding, and actually they are still adding to it. I think I was watching one last week. They had it was from a few months ago or whatever, but they were showing what they're adding and stuff. I don't even remember what it was, but it was a lot of kind of like systems with lighting and stuff they're incorporating as some come to Fortnite. So
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to it. Like there's a lot more things you can do with it as well, and people are still trying to figure out how it all works. You know, to get everything running smooth and stuff.
and then GameSpot, so they turned around and said, I can't remember the last time a game left me so excited to play the full experience. So I'm actually going to go and download. Actually, I have downloaded Hellblade 1. I'm doing it on PC. You can't actually buy, right? So obviously, there's going to be people who maybe have a PS5 and have an Xbox, but might just try and, I don't know why they would try and play it but on their PlayStation if you have an Xbox anyway. But for example, me, I'm going to play number 2 on PC, but I have a PS5. So the thing is there, see with the PS5 version, you can't buy it on the store unless you go on your phone. It's not listed on the store, and you have it, don't you?
Yeah, I have it. It's the
I went onto your account to
PS4
download it.
version. Yeah,
Doesn't that you?
wasn't that on the actual
Console.
console?
You know why? I know there was like some people were saying, oh, it was like when it launched, it said that it might launch with some issues, but then there was flawless. So not too sure.
Strange. So it's 60 FPS on PS5. It's PS4 version, but the Series X got boosts, so it goes up to 120. It's 1080p
And then
120.
as well. Shared on PlayStation, I think, is it not? Or it's like really soft. I've seen people saying. They had a
So
pro patch.
PC is probably your best bet of playing it, like, or Steam Deck. Run 60 in Steam Deck. That's what kind of where I was talking about doing it, but Kieran obviously done it there on the computer on ultrawide, like, and said it was fantastic.
It should be sexy and wide. I'm going to actually bring my PC back downstairs today. I'm going to start this Hellblade 1. Cause how long is it? Like 4 to 6 hours?
It's like 6 hours if you mainline it and don't do any of the collectible stuff. Might get adds a couple more hours onto it.
When I first played it, I remember because I got maybe about 3 hours in, and I was like, a bit, whatever. People whispering at you. It's just a bit puzzly. It's
now. Did you have your headset on though?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a headset game. Like I wouldn't play this on a TV, like TV speakers.
I'll win a replay as well. I'm going to want to play it. I'm going to put the headset on.
Yeah.
Obviously, Games Radar says it's clearly on track to be one of the most important exclusives this generation.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I don't know. What do you think? I don't think it's going to be as groundbreaking as people are making it. I think it'll be a nice game, but in terms of what it does, I wonder. That's kind of okay being a good looking game, but there you have the fucking, what was it? The game
I suppose we need to actually sit down and play the first one to really actually think, right, okay. You know, is it going to be like that good? Kieran seems to be really, really high on it. But that's Kieran. So I don't know. Like I know a lot of people are fucking super high on the first one. Like,
it's good. Actually, 15 hours hard.
Yeah.
And then obviously Polygon says I wasn't expecting to experience a next gen moment when I played Hellblade 2, but I got one. There's nothing quite like it. What do you think that means? Is it just graphics?
I think it's graphics and fidelity. I really do. It's not. Well, no, it's not going to be combat, and all the combat's way bit more refined than the first one. But it's not a combat heavy focus. It's more like just going on that story with her, kind of traversing. As far as I know, it's something that she goes to. What do you call it? Norway or something like that there to try and hunt down the Vikings that burnt their village in the first one. That's all I know.
Okay.
And the second one. So I think all this here is just about how visually impressive it looks. And I'm just wondering, did they play it on PC or did they play it on Xbox?
Yeah, that's a big one actually because what do you think for PC? What do you think is needed for a lock 60?
I don't know. I think it's going to be beefy, like, because Unreal 5.
Well, they're running what Xbox is 4K, isn't it?
Xbox will be 4K 30, yeah.
You could do 1440p 60. You'd think with anything from maybe a 30
You
series,
would think, like, but
a
it's
37
fucking,
Ti,
it's
but
PC, like, so you don't know. And then it's going to have, DLSS and stuff. Now, usually,
Unreal usually does. Yeah.
a lot of these games, but a lot of these games that come out, like, see when they come out to Game Pass, the Game Pass doesn't support the DLSS stuff.
Oh, really?
A lot of the time, it's not there at launch. It's always on the Steam one.
Strange because I know Banishers had it all, like your DLSS and then quality mode.
Mm-hmm. But that's
See,
my
that's
only
what
concern. Like, is the
it really
Microsoft
starts
Store
telling me
version
all
not
this,
going to
by
have
the
it?
way.
What is it?
DLS really melts me now. Like, see, I don't like PC. I always get mixed, like, kind of obsessed with options, but then now you have 1440p or 4K quality mode, performance, ultra performance, and it's all like, well, am I better going at 1440p quality? Is that better than 4K ultra performance? Because there's so many kind of caveats to it, and it's all fucking nightmare to be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you.
I
And it's
usually
just
just go like ultra quality on the DLSS because potentially I have like a beefy enough rig for it. Well, so do you, to
mhm.
be honest. Like 3070 Ti, but I usually just go quality, so you're getting that. You're still getting the DLSS performance, like, but you're just getting the visuals just up a wee bit.
Fuck PCs, eh? PCs your shape.
Although I was playing something on PC last night, which I'm going to talk about, it was absolutely fantastic.
That's right. Kieran had said.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Yeah, Kieran's messaged me while I was messaging into the chat.
Oh, trying
Um,
to win me up.
it worked.
Did I was fucking.
I just swinging Demi around the room.
That dickhead thinks he's better than
You're
me.
so easy. You're so easy. So easy.
I know. I
Um,
know.
yeah, so we'll move on with that. And you can actually bring in what you're talking to about in this anyway. But obviously, Gear 6 reportedly be announced on June 9th, 2024. According to The Verge, which reports that the next installment in the fan favorite shooter will be confirmed at an Xbox showcase scheduled for the day. Speaking on a cryptic post on Reset Era, user Shinobi602 suggests that Gear 6 will boast mind blowing visuals. The comment was made in response to users fawning over screenshots of Hellblade 2. Wait until you see Gears. People aren't ready. It's funny, it's like, who the fuck Shinobi? Is this just a random guy going, wait until you see Gears?
No, I think he is like a leaker and stuff.
Oh, is he? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, okay. Right, well, well, obviously, Epic made Unreal. They made the first Gears. That's what I was writing the other day. They must be somewhat close build to Coalition. You said to help
Yeah.
with the Matrix demo?
Yeah, Coalition was asked to help with the Matrix demo, that one that came out a couple of years ago to kind of showcase what Unreal 5 can do. They asked the
Mm-hmm.
Coalition to actually help them out with it. So we know the Coalition are pretty much masters of Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Judging by like I'll touch on it now, just Hellbusters was playing last night on the PC ultra wide, and I was max everything, ray tracing and everything, and was getting about 130 odd frames. So it was well optimized as well, and absolutely stunning. Like the visuals, the performance, everything was just fucking unreal. Hellbusters kind of takes place in a different setting as well. It was like a island, so a wee bit of a tropical scene,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just fucking unbelievable looking. Like really, really
But as
good.
Hyposters, is it like a
It was just like a wee actual DLC where you're kind of three different people. So you're not sort of, the main people that the Phoenixes and stuff. And
what's the mode call when they're coming at you constantly?
that's horde mode.
Is it a horde mode? I always thought it
No,
was.
no, no, no. It's a wee story mode, 6 acts, short and sweet. It's about three. Took us about 3.5 hours or so to beat it last night.
What would
Very
you give it?
good.
Out of five?
I probably got a good 4.
4 out of
I think.
5.
Yeah, I think the wee story. So they had your man Hoffman from the original ones.
Mm-hmm.
He was on it. He was kind of like the main guy, sort of planning the whole thing. 3 different people that you've never seen before. Cole's daughter was in it. Coltrane.
Coltrane?
Yeah, the Coltrane.
I know. I mean,
The black guy from fucking
Wait, I thought you meant his daughter was called Coltrane. I was
Oh
like, what?
no, he's Coltrane. It's her daughter.
Coltrane?
She was in it as well. 6 acts. Great story. It actually introduced some new mechanics. So there's like you have a special ability. There's like co-op based abilities as well.
Right.
So it was introducing some new stuff that wasn't actually in Gears 5. Very, very good. Very
Streamed
underrated
that
as
much?
well. And see some of the achievements you were getting, they were all like just for completing the acts. Like 4% of the people have done it, so not a lot of people have done it, and that's what I was saying to Kieran last night. It wasn't really heavily marketed at all. It just kind of came out of nowhere and was just sort of sent out today.
I feel like Gears doesn't have the cachet it used to at all.
It's so good,
Completely.
such a good game. Like, that's what we were saying last
Yeah.
night. Like Gears is so fucking good. It's underrated. Like if Gears over Halo for me personally.
Yeah, but I feel like even Gears now, like I was saying to you, because I used to play Gears 4 a lot, and then when Gears 5 came out, even though it was only a few months after, it was like it was fucking very hard to find matches, and it's just like, I don't know, it just feels like it was dead. It was like, I don't know if there's
you done a lot of the multiplayer stuff. I didn't. I literally just went in and done the story and bounced.
Oh, the Gears multiplayer is fucking
I never
phenomenal.
experienced that. And to be honest, like I would probably actually really like the horde mode because I do like them kind of games. So you know that's sort of wave based. So I probably enjoy that.
I think you were saying though, you hope it kind of goes back to the horror roots.
Yeah, I want a wee bit more horrorish. So when you think of the first one, you've got the you know the bits where you have to like kind of hide in the, or you have to be in the light. If you're in the dark, then it's like the fucking bad things coming, just completely tear you to shreds.
Oh yeah, fuck me, I forgot all of it.
And then when you first see the berserker, I think it is the blame one that goes by senses. You see him kind of briefly, where you don't actually make contact with him. You're like, fuck, what is that? And then you get into a building where he's in, and you kind of have to navigate. But he goes by sound, so you have to be fucking dead quiet. So it's kind of got that wee horror feel to it. So I hope they kind of go back to something like that there.
Why did you never play Gears 1 online back in the day?
I don't know, man. I was just there for the story.
See the shotgun and Gears and the wall bouncing and all, and the
fucking it's so good. The Nasher,
brilliant. Like
sniper and
I
all
played
too.
Gears 1 and 2. I think Gears 2 was the one I really got into, and I remember buying it. It was £35 in Savvy in Belfast, and I brought it home and I was playing it. And the weekend I played it, my Xbox used to sit in the ground. Like I remember at one stage, but upright. Yeah. I'm just getting off my bed, my foot hit the Xbox while it was on, and remember it used to scrape the disc if you moved the Xbox 360. Fucking hell, the whole thing was scraped, and I brought it in. Actually got swapped out, but that's my Gears 2 memory. Didn't play 3 or what was the spin-off, remember?
You had 3 and then you had Judgment.
Yeah, Judgment was the spin-off, and then
4 went into 4, Gears 4. I don't know why they rebranded the Gears rather than I like Gears of War. Like I like that name.
I think they have reboot, to be honest with you.
I think they'll do that's what Kieran was saying last night. Do you think they'll finish the trilogy or do a reboot? And I was like, no, well, I think they'll finish the trilogy, but they might even actually do it as a kind of reboot to the series, or maybe reboot the gameplay or something.
Because I know you're saying like obviously the new trilogy's kind of a reboot in itself, but I feel like it's just a fucking fresh start. Kind of like Mortal Kombat, even though Mortal Kombat 1's supposed to be the fresh start, it's not really actually. It's a bit of a spoiler there, but not really a reboot or restart because it does bring in stuff that's happened. But
I'd love to see other like spin-off stuff of it as well. You know, like in a completely different style of game. I think I said that about Halo as well when we were talking about it last year. You know, like give us like a horror Gears of War. You know, where you're like a normal civilian or something like that. And
I can't do Halo, by the way. Like me and Kieran tried it recently. It was so fucking slow. I think Splitgate's much better now. Like in terms of, did you give Splitgate a go?
Yeah, I played Splitgate a good bit.
Phenomenal. I just feel like it's kind of improved upon some things that Halo done. Obviously, it's more faster paced, but I feel like Halo needs a fucking proper.
Halo's like in a really good place right now. Halo Infinite.
Give me on PlayStation though. Nice. Give me Gears on PlayStation. I'd be fucking loving life.
Oh, because for the DualSense, wasn't it? I was running around last night just fucking chainsawing absolutely everybody.
That'll be great with the chainsaw. But yeah, so hopefully we do get Gears somewhat soon. But I don't know if I'd even bother to play on a PC to even play it, you know.
I think if they're gonna show it this year, I think we're getting it next year. But I think we'll get that
on the PC.
I did, but at the same time when I was playing it, I was like, "Fuck, it'd be nice on the OLED just laying back and playing it." But it was like on the ultra wide, like that was different gravy. Like it was really nice. But
that's really Gears.
I just like my comfort.
Yeah. So you've done it. Are you going back to Gears, or what are you doing now?
That's it done.
You love a co-op game, like, don't you?
I do like a wee co-op game, especially a wee short one.
What do you like about it? Like what is it?
I don't know. It's just sitting chilling, talking away, but I've always liked a good co-op game. Done it like I done Gears 1, 2, and 3 with Mark. The story mode, like, it was just fantastic. Loved it.
I think co-op, you're almost an autopilot. You're not even really playing the game. You're just kind of talking. Do you know what I mean? Unless it was something competitive where you have to focus on not dying.
Oh, like we were taking it all in last night. Like, it wasn't actually weren't fucking talking the whole time.
Oh, I asked you during that. You don't know you heard me, but did Kieran die much?
I think we both actually died a couple of times. To be fair, normal mode just.
Is Kieran bad at games?
Is he bad at games?
Yeah.
He's not great. Like, honestly, he's not great. Like, he's not.
I think you're great, Kieran. Don't listen to him. That's your ridiculous.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, I just couldn't. I honestly see playing the PC. I just take nothing worse right now. Like, uh
The Ultra Wide's nice. Like, the Ultra Wide is nice.
I'm sure it is. Like, I'm no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't do it anymore. It's just not. It's even like I'm weird. Like, I just like playing on the PlayStation. I like the console being put away neatly. No fucking wires on show. Even when I bring my PC down, there's a big fucking HDMI cord across the room. I fucking and then you turn it on and you're waiting and there's fucking driver
Sure,
updates.
I moved mine. Remember, I moved my whole setup. Now that took me to like fucking. I was nailing in the Ethernets and all everything. I moved it. It lasted 18 minutes beside my TV before I moved it all back because I was like, no, you don't belong there at all. And I fucking took all the nails out and re-nailed it all in, all the Ethernets across the skirting board.
Well, that's why you just stick the console, mate. And see what library, like, it's fucking class. 'Cause I have so much games on my PlayStation just sitting there, and it's like the amount of games we both have and we've been banned. It's like, there's still loads I haven't played, like Lords of Fallen I want to play, Lies of P, and I can just go to them. Whereas found on PC, it was like almost it was just because it was on PC, I was forced to play stuff that was on my PC. Whereas on a PlayStation, everything's there. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
But we'll move on anyway to some more news, and I actually have seen this throughout the week being mentioned. So, Prince of Persia roguelike reportedly on the way from Dead Cells studio Evil Empire. Following its well-received Prince of Persia revival earlier this year, Ubisoft is reportedly readying a further series outing for 2024 release, this time in the form of Prince of Persia roguelike from Evil Empire. So that's according to Tom Henderson, who says the plan for the project, titled The Rogue Prince of Persia,
What a name.
Steam Early Access this year. Steam Early Access, okay. Marking Ubisoft's first day one Steam release since 2019. Henderson says it will receive constant free updates, evolve over time, but specifics beyond claims its art direction is heavily inspired Franco-Belgian comics are limited. The game is said to have been in development for 4 years now, starting shortly after Evil Empire's inception, but there's no word on it when it was formally announced. When it will be formally announced. 4 years. When did Hades? Hades was like 2018. It was in early access.
Mm-hmm. Now this isn't actually the Dead Cells studio. This is the DLC and the post-launch studio for Dead Cells.
But the guys who done the Castlevania crossover.
Yeah, anything that was kind of post-launch. This was these boys. I think. What do you call the? Let me see. Who made Dead Cells?
Yeah. See, Dead Cells.
Twin.
Motion Twin. I have tried Dead Cells and stuff, and I can see the appeal, but I think you really like it.
It's meant to be very good.
Procedural generated, isn't it? What I like. Not a fan of procedurally generated. Like, I think you would like it.
Castlevania one's meant to be very, very good.
Top notch.
Yeah.
It's funny that we're getting that would be the second Prince of Persia game before we even got Sands of Time remake.
Yeah.
That was announced how long ago, and obviously they put up in the thing, so it looked terrible.
It was rough, like, wasn't it?
I was super hyped. I thought it was going to be absolutely in love with the Prince of Persia Metroidvania.
Now, how long have you played of it? Because apparently the more you play, the better it gets. And then there's a certain moment where it gets like, oh, okay, this is fucking class.
I don't know what it is. Put me off, to be honest with you. I don't like it. Has like quests and stuff that I don't really like, but I played probably about 2 hours on my main one, and then I bought it on the Switch. I thought I'd really play it there, but I just haven't taken it. Don't know why. It feels good, but there's a lot of story, and I'm kind of like,
you just want to play it for the gameplay.
Yeah, and then this is where I have a bit of an issue, because there's a guided or a non-guided mode. Most Metroidvanias would have a non-guided, but because it's there, I'm almost like, I want to use the guided, and it's kind of ruining me. I'd rather this didn't give me the option. It's like, this is the way we want you to play it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it is good. I can see how people really like it, but I don't know why. I'm just not taking to it. And then I'm reading up online, and some people really have it, and a lot of people are negative on it, saying that the areas are just a bit meh. So I don't know, because I probably should go to it. Now, the point is to go on to my Switch or to do it on the PlayStation. So I have it on the Switch there, and I have obviously been on my Switch the past few weeks, but don't know. I probably should go back to it, but I don't know why I'm put off it. Bit of a
Whenever
weird
you're
one.
in that mood, you'll probably get in the mood again for it and give it a go, and then it'll click.
Very Ubisoft, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? That's really put me off. I don't know. Don't know at all, but
I'll play it at some point myself. Don't know
I
when.
don't know. Be nice on the TV as well. And obviously with Hollow Knight 2, Silk Song, whatever is coming out, I'm like, they do that on the PlayStation or do that on my...
Well, that was actually put onto the Xbox store. No, it was put on April Fool's, but it's still there.
Yeah, we should probably touch on that quickly anyway, but yeah. Like, Kieran beat Hollow Knight. He went from hating it to loving it.
Wee mod.
You wee modded
it? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Don't know.
Fishy from hating it and then just, going on and beating it straight away.
I looked at I was suspicious. I checked out what wee mod is for Hollow Knight, and it's like fucking no damage and all done to you. I don't like that. I think it's just it's opened a can of worms for people, just fucking, the wee mod. But so Hollow Knight actually started Hollow Knight during the week there, just farting about on it. Very, very good. But I was like, I might actually try it on my OLED on my TV, but it's like 1080p 60. Be nice if I had like a 4K 120 update on the PlayStation. I know it's 120 on Xbox with a FPS boost, but I still think it's 1080p. Yeah.
See, I've got it on the Steam Deck there, so 90 FPS.
Oh, you honestly see Hollow Knight? Fucking fantastic. Fantastic. If you like those games, you'll like Hollow Knight.
I played a bit of it. That was good, but I'm not in that mood at the minute. But it might be one, sort of do over holiday because the Steam Deck's come with me to Turkey,
You see, it's the more you unlock, the way the traversal opens up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the start, obviously, it's a wee bit just basic, but then it also opens up a bit more. But the Prince of Persia roguelike, is that something that you're interested in at all?
Do you like a roguelike? So we'll try it. I would give it a go. Early access, probably get it cheap. And test.
Do you know what roguelike is really good that I tried? And I never impacted it. What was your one? The fucking Rogue Legacy 2. Fantastic.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking actually that would be one for the Steam Deck.
Oh, it was fantastic from what I played, and I just didn't go back to it. I think it was. I actually think it might have been a trial or something I tried, but it was like this is actually.
It was on PS Extra.
Was it?
Yeah, the PS Extra.
That's where I played it.
It's one where like you die, and then you're essentially taking over like someone in your bloodline, isn't it? Like
ancestors, yeah,
and then ancestors,
debuffs. So like one might be a midget.
Yeah, like that sounds so cool.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like the thing is now there's so much fucking games. So I don't know
this year as well. Early access to Steam. I'll be getting that.
Yeah. Maybe we should kind of touch on quickly what we have been playing because obviously, don't know. Should I start? Should you start? Maybe you should start about Bloodborne, and then you can touch on Demon's Souls after. So obviously this week, Bobby, you've played Bloodborne. Don't know what made you even want to play Bloodborne. Actually, you'd played it. We were going to play it together.
Last year, sort of. When was that? October or something like that. We were going to play it together.
And obviously, you talked a wee bit more about it last week. I think you were middle.
Where was I last week on it? I'd still only sort of started it, hadn't I? Or was maybe a wee bit into it. But yeah, platinum now. All the DLC done. Absolutely fucking fantastic. I'm struggling to rate this alongside Sekiro because I don't know which one's better. The actual world and the world design stuff of Bloodborne, the enemies and all are absolutely fantastic. Like I'd said that before. Like the whole world and all just really appeals to me. That kind of gothic scene. Some of the places you go to, like the sort of the vampiric place, in the snow that I was messaging you about, it's just class. The big castle and stuff, and the ghosts and
it's phenomenal.
Unreal, like really gelled with the combat. With the whole gun system and all the parry system, got really good at it. Boss design and all, some of the bosses, fantastic. Easy enough, like, but just
who's your favorite boss? Give me the bosses breakdown. Who was like the top 3 bosses?
Hardest?
Yeah.
Hardest. Top 3 hardest. Right. Probably your man at the vampire castle.
He was tough.
He
How
was
do you beat him? I can't even remember. Is it Parry?
Parries. Yeah, if you're good at parrying, you can get him. So I got him
I
down.
didn't even. Honestly, Bloodborne was my first proper one.
Mm-hmm.
So I've not like really nothing to go off. I didn't even know about the parry at the
Did you
time.
not?
I thought the gun was
See,
just free just to track them.
Bloodborne is super aggressive.
Yeah.
So going in as that as your first one, like I'm not
One
actually.
second, I have a child making weird noises. Can you hear it in the background?
No.
My child, not a hostage. 1 second, I'll get them to be quiet. 1 second. Well, yeah, there you go. Pep's fucking making noises. Oh, yeah, so I didn't know about the parries. So what were you saying about it? You obviously I was saying when I first played it.
It's just like for that being your first one, like it's super aggressive and not kind of knowing what FromSoft games are all about. I would say that would be pretty like jarring.
Do you know what? I reckon if I didn't find the shortcut, I wouldn't have went and played it again. So it was literally, I'll never forget it, that moment at the bridge. You can go straight on to fight the cleric beast, or you can open the shortcut. And once I opened the shortcut, I was like, holy fuck. Because it's the level design. I was like, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So I love that.
The level design's fantastic. Like, see the way it all loops in together, similar to Dark Souls. Unbelievable. Like, it's such a good game. Like, I've done everything that I can do in it, and I want to play it again. I actually downloaded it when I was starting Demon Souls, because I was like, fuck, I do just want to just play it again, just kind of marinate in it.
So obviously Kieran had given a go. Kieran got to the cleric beast. He couldn't do it. He got very frustrated. The whole thing, see with Souls games, I feel the whole time, usually when you're playing it, especially if you've no clue what you're doing, like even when there's a whole tension of where the fuck's the bonfire. Honestly, it's like if you don't know where it is, to where you rest or use your souls, it's just the game is so fucking tense. It could be like that for 20, 30 hours.
And Bloodborne is very unforgiving in that sense.
Oh, even the boss runs and shit. How bad were the boss runs?
Some of the boss runs were pretty bad. Like there was one. I'm not sure if it was the DLC or not. It might have been the DLC, and you had to run past giants. Yeah, you literally had to fight them. Like you couldn't really get past them without fighting them. Sure, that even that one at the sort of the vampire place, the snow place, you had to go through loads of ghosts, climb up a ladder while they're firing stuff at you, and then parkour across the top of the castle and roll over to actually get to the boss. That's the only way to get to him.
And you make over and just get fucking killed. Whereas now, Elden Ring, it's State America right there, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think see as well, like with the Kieran and all, like fucking giving up on a lot of them, you will lose souls. I lost, I would say, easily over 200,000 on Bloodborne from being silly. Like from boss runs, I lost 70,000. I went back to fight the boss just completely because I was just in that zone of like I'm gonna fucking kick his ass, and then I end up down. Like fuck, I left my souls right. I didn't even pick them up that time. Like it happens.
Yeah,
and you just need to kind of fucking deal with it. So like when he was playing Demon Souls, he started it. He beat the first boss, the wee gimmicky one with the fucking slime spearman.
You throw flames at him, don't you?
He's weak to fire, but he's essentially it is one of them gimmick. You know, a lot of Souls games have the gimmick bosses.
Gimmicks and Demon Souls, aren't they?
So far anyway, yeah. Done 3. But he done that there. Had a Souls. He was following the guide, but he wasn't actually reading it properly. And he continued onto the bridge, got fucking toasted by the dragon, ran out and raged to get his souls back, and then one of the wee small enemies killed him.
Big mistake.
And then he uninstalled it. That's one thing, right? Is you need to have patience, because even there's a boss fight I was doing down in the Chalice dungeons that was really difficult. It wasn't really difficult. It was really long because he had such a big health pool. And I got him down to like a teeny, like one hit, but he's so aggressive that I literally lasted about a minute before I was safely able to get a hit on him. But you just had to play it like that. Whereas like maybe Kieran, if he had got that, he would have just rushed in and probably would have died. But you need to really have patience with boss fights and even normal enemies.
Tell me this. See, my whole complaint with Elden Ring back in the day was the catacombs are just the Chalice dungeons and people are praising them. Is that right? Like when you play the chalice dungeons, can you see how familiar they are?
I can see that from the Chalice Dungeons, yeah.
Yeah,
But I think the Chalice Dungeons are a wee, well, the bosses are better anyway, from what I thought.
Yeah.
In the Chalice Dungeons. Most of the time you go down to the Chalice Dungeons or the dungeons in Elden Ring, and it's the fucking cat statue.
Oh fuck, that's right. That cunt.
Majority of the time, Cat Guardian, whatever the fuck you call him. What's
you think, right? So you used to make fun of me for liking FromSoft games.
I did.
Said you sit there twisting your nipples because you're Dan. So you think how I looked at you when I was playing them, and that was your verdict? Like if someone said that to you, what would you think?
Right now?
You're a scrub. Like what are you on about? You can't even play it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like the wolves fucked you up, and you were about to give up. So you can see where.
Like, yes, I went back and I changed and I respec and I went magic, but I still went back to it and still beat it. And then if I didn't do that there, I wouldn't be playing all this stuff right now.
Now the only problem with the whole Kieran's one, and Kieran's also going to be listening to this, we can get this out. So Kieran has beaten Lies of P and Lords of Fallen. So I don't see how someone can play those two and say, I don't like Bloodborne or Dark Souls, when those games are literally just trying to be exact replicas of them in some way, shape, or form. Like, how can you take like one, not the other, when they are so similar? And that's when the Wii mod conversation comes up. Is well, if you're playing them both on PlayStation, there's the what's missing is the Wii mod element. But I don't know, like, Kieran, if you're listening to this, you should have played it better. Bloodborne, looking at that, I don't know how you beat Lies of P.
It is hard when you say, like, I've beat Lies of P, I've beat Lords of the Fallen, but the tutorials and Souls games kill me.
But he might be there. It's not Demon Souls downloaded. Did he give it a go last night?
I don't know whether he went on or not, but he got it downloaded again, so he's either going to have to start again, or he's going to have to run through the starting to try and get Souls up, because he's like level 4.
Once it clicks.
And when I was at that point where I was ready to progress the bridge, I was level 22. Big difference.
I reckon if you look at the way you approach the Souls and all those games compared to me, it's completely different.
I'm very calculated.
I'm not.
Yeah. Like even you said, like when you were watching me on Sagro against the final boss, you were like, it's just a completely different play style with me compared to you.
Like I'm aggressive default. Like it's even with Sakura, it's like even fighting Father. I was like, I'd rather. Well, the way
I watched that there, and I was like, "Fuck me."
I was just trying to parry everything.
Yeah, and it's just a complete opposite of me. Whereas I'm like in for the attack, and then I'm learning and watching what he's doing, and then I'm parrying it, and just really calculated.
To be fair, I was actually there's so many different ways that people play. Some people will do a boss run; they'll just not wear any armor, and they'll just play that boss for maybe 10 times, perfecting, learning the routine.
Yeah.
I've seen people online talking about it. I was like, fuck, that's what I might do with Millennia. I've already watched a few things, like in terms of people saying what to do, but it seems that's I'm a bit worried. But
when I was messaging last night about that, I was googling because I couldn't remember. I know you get 2 halves of like a stone and medallion, and that's how you get there. I can't remember at what point. I can't remember whether you did it before the fire giant or not. You have them, so you can do it now.
The Hallig tree, yeah, but the problem is that we'll get into that one. We'll get into Elden Ring in a second.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
So Bloodborne, right? Sakura's combat to me is probably the most satisfying combat in the game, because it's like a fucking
any game.
Yeah, it's rhythm based. It's like bang, 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 and then you get the feedback, and it is quite forgiving, to be fair, in terms of the parry window. But I don't know. I personally, if I'm going off memory, I think Sakura has a better combat than Bloodborne. Bloodborne has a better style of game, aesthetics.
Yeah, like, but Sakura's combat can't be compared to, I don't think.
But the world of Sakura, I'm just kind of like, meh. Yeah,
the world of Sakura is okay. Like, it's not bad. It's not fucking mind blowing by any means, but it is good. But it's just Bloodborne. Everything about Bloodborne is just so good. Like the story, like with all the things you have to do for like the main end and all, like it's just so fucked up.
You just keep ranking tiers, so you get, they're both S tier games.
Both S tier, 100% S tier.
Same with Dark Souls 1. I'd say actually most games are S tier apart from Elden Ring.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, so we'll get into Demon Souls in a second. So I'm still playing Elden Ring right now. I'm in the mountaintop of Giants. So I've actually progressed past where I was the very first playthrough. I'm 32 hours in only. I've done Volcano Manor. I've done all the underground shit, Schiefer River, Noxtella, all that.
You got your mimic.
Got my mimic fully leveled. I am using a guide, and I was winding you up last night about using guides. I don't actually like using guides in original Dark Souls games. I don't use them even when I get into kind of the Lendel Capital and stuff. I don't use a guide because it's fucking too hard. I actually don't know how you follow guides. Well, you're using a follow. A video one's fine because even with Dark Souls 1, I'd played it. But I don't know if I beat it. I played it a good bit and then I watched a playthrough of the IGN one just because I thought it was funny, these guys doing it.
Aye.
And it did make it better for Dark Souls 1, but for everything else, I haven't really seen. I've usually going blind. I have like a progress route guide of approach here, then here.
See, for Elden Ring, I was blind. Apart from when it came to getting all the ends and stuff, because there's certain side quests you need to do in a certain way, and that was what I mainly
a written
used
guide
the
is
for.
and
it was written.
Oh god, it's so tedious. Like go northeast until this. I'm like, I'm not even enjoying just doing it. It's ruining a wee bit, but I don't know. Like the game is the art direction of the game's fucking like honestly, mate. There's times I'm looking at it, I'm like, that is fucking stunning. Just see when you're in learning of the lakes and you're looking over the
it's next level. Like it's fucking amazing. The art direction,
outstanding. Like there's parts I'm like, this is probably the best art direction I've ever seen in the game. Like there's parts in Dark Souls 3 that were like that. But in this, it's just like it looks like a fucking painting. It is so good.
Yeah.
But I think the game personally has some massive issues. Like, were you thinking I was going to change my opinion? Did you expect me to change?
I think by the end of it, you'll be like, yeah, this was good. I think that's what you'll say.
I'm good. Like, I don't think it's a bad game at all. Like, I'm not saying
it's just the open world stuff and all you don't like. I think if it was linear,
I would say even the linear aspects, I don't think are as good. Like, even I seen some video where they were saying Lendel is the best legacy dungeon style that Souls FromSoft ever came up with, and I'm like, the problem I have with it is the balancing. It is extremely either you're overpowered or you're underpowered, and the way even with Bloodborne is, see if you're playing Bloodborne and you're killing everything as you go, you will naturally be at the right level at the right time. Whereas, like I was saying, I'm just running past every enemy apart from bosses. So it takes me like 70,000, 80,000 souls to level up. Enemies give me 600. So it's like, well, I can kill a boss and it gives me 100,000. So I just run past everything.
I think they're just there. It's just obviously because it's open world, it's there to just fill out the open world, all these extra enemies and stuff.
And I'm going to take a guy's verdict because I did watch actually a video on him the other day, and he was completely right. He's, Souls games are typically designed in narrow pathways, so you kind of progress things head on. Because it's so wide, you're just missing so much content. You can just go around every enemy, in terms of that. So what they kind of reliant on is dropping like boss fights at you every fucking constantly minute they can. There's over 180 boss fights. The average boss that you fight, you'll fight them 3.8 times. Average boss. Even Godfrey or whatever, or these guys, I'm fighting them again.
Because people were talking about Godfrey and you were like, I've done her. I was like, no, there's one final one literally before you go into the final boss that you fight. And what I'll say is it's completely different from the other ones.
I feel like if they made it smaller open world, more condensed, took a look. I don't know. I feel like
see for me, yeah, that would be perfect. But like obviously for everybody else in the critics, they absolutely fucking love it.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what I'm asking for? I'm asking for a linear style one. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Because the open world, you're literally just running about emptiness and then going here, and then it's throwing items at you constantly, and I'm like, this is an item I don't want to use. Now, someone else might use it, but it seems that the items are towards magic.
I mean, there's countless of different fucking builds you can go for in Elden Ring, like absolutely countless. What I will say is, I think you'll actually really like the DLC.
Sure, don't know what it's like.
DLCs are meant to be better in terms of boss fights and all for FromSoft. And what I will say is the Bloodborne DLC, a lot tougher bosses.
Yeah, like I do think the game's good. If you say to me like rank it, after I beat it, I never want to play it again. Put it that way. Apart from the DLC, but like base game, I'm done. I've put in over 130 hours of the fucking thing.
That's your own fucking fault.
I don't know how you like it so much. I'm just like, right, you go to the
It was my first.
Yeah, but
my first. Love it.
But like, people praise it so much for the open world. I'm like, what's so good? Like, what is so good about the open world?
I don't know. That's just
Commercial, it's okay. You have a mount that does double jumps, decent, fair enough. But the actual open world content is the catacombs, which are fucking terrible, or Erdtrees. So if you break it down, like it's the catacombs, you go very gamey. I just run past everyone, open the lever, do a stupid boss fight that's most likely a cat with a fucking sword again.
yeah.
It gets some ashes that aren't going to be for me, and it gives me like X amount of souls. That's it. I don't know. I think the best part of the game was Stormfield Castle and the Caria Academy, and
That's
even at
good.
that, very small compared to
Millennia's area is good. The area you go to after you beat the fire giant is good. I think I like that as well.
Consecrated Graves. Is it?
I think so. I think that's what I can't remember what it's called.
I'll actually read out where I have to go next. Like kind of my next.
So are you
Area.
following the guys and like it's telling you when to fight Millennia?
Yeah, like it's
So you could go now, like you could go today and actually do it for me.
But I know that people are saying they're fighting at level 160. I'm level 117. So
That's
it's like
right.
I'll fight her in the game. This is telling me when to fight her. So next up is Consecrated Snowfield, and then it's Mogwyn Palace, and then it's Michaela's High Tree.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's when you'll fight Mog. Now that's the bit you need to get to for the DLC.
And then Crumlin, Farzam, Farm Azula, Lendale, Capital of Ash, Subterranean Shunning Grounds, and then endings. So
Nice. You're close. This is it.
yeah,
This is finally it.
I'm literally
Be
ready for it to be over. Like
But I'm so glad you've actually stuck with this time. You're actually are going to beat it.
But
Will you beat Millennia?
Don't know.
I hope you don't.
I can beat her. I'm convinced I'll be able to beat her, but it's putting
yeah. I think you'll beat her. Like you've watched videos and stuff as well, which I didn't do.
I haven't watched too much. So the only thing I know is when she does her big ability, so this is what you can do. You can do the Bloodhound's Fang to get back, dodge into it, wait a second, and then dodge back, and you'll miss it. But the people I'm watching, like I seen people, they're not using ashes or anything either. So it's like I don't take it as a big accomplishment because to me it's fair. It's all about something. But I think the fact that we're all using ashes is cheating anyway. You know what I mean?
Wow, they're in the game.
Yeah. Whereas, I know, but you take Sakura, there's no real crux. It's your ability. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind
of
a
mod on Elden Ring PC where you can mod in Sakura combat, and I would want to do that and just go and fight her because I think I would absolutely fucking destroy her for Sakura combat.
I would love to see it. No armor. Like that would be more appealing to me. Trying to do like a no hit challenge on her, like where you're not getting hit at all, like trying to dodge everything. Because I've seen people do it.
Yeah, people do it like sad bastards, but I would say it's very difficult. And the most brutal thing about her is like as she hits you, her health goes up.
How long do you think it'll take me fighting her?
See, to be honest, I don't know because I haven't watched you.
Asmongold beat her in 2 hours by using jump attacks. Because the jump attacks are really OP. But see, to be honest, the way I'm even playing now, it is honestly just L2 R2. My weapons, like I try even switch my weapon. My weapon's got like 353 damage plus an extra 353. It's RPG.
Have you got that katana that I was telling you about on the way to the fire giant, right hand side? No.
What one?
Begins with L maybe. Can't remember. It's like a blood katana.
I do have a blood katana.
Did you fight a NPC for it?
Yeah. That's the one I got that.
That's good.
I'm not gonna use that.
You
just use Bloodhound.
Yeah. Bloodhound is hard to beat, like.
No. That's it. It's like at least in even Dark Souls 1 and all, you can really be OP. So they are RPGs.
Be in them all. Like you know.
That's the truth of it. You know, when you first play it, you're thinking, fuck, these are really hard, but then they can just be overpowered really easily, and people don't realize that. Whereas Sekiro was a bit harder to be OP on that, like, which is kind of why I like it so much. But
like the most OP you can get in Sekiro is have all your abilities, you know, all your shinobi arms, and then obviously you still, even in New Game Plus, you still get your power level up, but that's, you know, by beating bosses and stuff like that there. And then as you go into different New Game Pluses, it gets harder.
Yeah, so it's good, but to me, I would hate, see if they went this way in the future, just going completely like open world style. I don't know.
When are you doing? You'll be doing Fire Giant today, then I imagine.
Probably, yeah. Well,
whenever you're doing it, let me know because I want to watch because I just want to see your playstyle.
I've just told you it's not even like a proper. It's just
I know. I want to see it, and then I'll be like, right, okay, you're gonna get Millennia and so and so.
oh really? Okay.
I just
I'll
because
message
I haven't seen you play like at all. The only
Yeah.
kind of gameplay I've seen of Souls like would be Remnant. It wasn't very good.
Ram's different though, because even at that, when you're even if you read up on it, like the host will have because the host, like
Oh yeah,
the
the host.
iframes, no, the iframes on your dodge aren't fucking accurate. It's totally different style. Well, put it this way: my Sakura with me fighting oil. How did that look?
Fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos compared to me, absolute chaos because you were just fucking rushing in and bang, 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 bang. Just like fucking die.
Yeah, it's just trying to get perfection of fucking parries and then build up the stagger.
Yeah.
I don't know, like honestly, I roll a lot from a dodging. Like I would do a lot of rolls and iframes. That's kind of it. But if I'm going to fight Firegiant, I'll let you see it. Is he hard?
He's just a bit of a bastard. I
So he's a
wouldn't
bit of
say
a
he's like
one in Stella, the big fucking ethereal looking fucking serpent thing, flying in the sky.
oh yeah.
And then melt fucking
I
beams.
I wonder in your guide are you doing the dragon at the plateau place, the next place? There's a big ass
That's
dragon. It's optional.
Is that the snow one?
No, it's after the fire giant. That next area.
It wanted me to fight a snow giant, and I was doing fuck all damage, and I was like, "What's going on here?" So I searched it and said, why am I not damaging him?" He has to use like strike weapons. So I got a strike weapon and I leveled it up, and it was like still nowhere near the damage from a bloodhound thing. I was like, right, say it's all builds. You know, if you're doing little damage, there's usually a reason for it. Either you're not supposed to fight them yet or whatever. But
There's a
yeah,
big ass
so,
like electric dragon you fight in the next zone, but it's optional to get to.
so I think I already fought him. One of them.
No, that's one's a different one.
All right, okay. Well, yeah, that'll be it for my Elden Ring. So next week, hopefully, I'll actually have beat it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have my maybe put my. I'm not recording the fucking. Can we bother recording all the shit? But
record your Millennia fight for YouTube.
Oh Jesus, I should actually. But yeah. So Demon Souls, Bobby. Hit me with it. Obviously, it was you tried it a bit before, but first time.
So I tried it originally back when I started Elden Ring because I was like, I was playing Elden Ring. I was like, fuck, this is too open. I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing. I want something linear. So I went on Demon Souls. I was like, this feels too sluggish. So I went back to Elden Ring. But went in, big change from Bloodborne. A lot slower paced in terms of the combat and stuff. No bonfires. The rest of that just kind of relying on shortcuts.
One bonfire, isn't it? And shortcut only.
It's pretty much one bonfire in each area. So it does go with like area 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, you know, in that kind of order.
I hate that, by the way.
You hate it?
So much. I hate the levels.
Yeah, I don't really mind it. But yeah, so one bonfire per level, and then you kind of rely on shortcuts. Combat's good. So it is. I'm enjoying the combat now. Very easy though.
Yeah,
it's like a baby Souls game compared to everything else. Like it's so easy. I don't think I've died apart from when I have to kill myself to go into soul form. Because after every boss battle, you get your life back or whatever. I have to kill myself because I'm doing the +3 white. So I've already done that in the first zone. And then now I've reset it to neutral to go to black. So the tendency thing, which is quite cool. I don't think it hasn't ever been done before, no. Or
what was it even work? I remember.
So everywhere's neutral. To get into the white tendency, you need to like do stuff in soul form. To get into black, you need to die when you're in normal form. 3 times. You can't be invaded either when you're in soul form. But you need to get it to +3, and then it unlocks like a wee bit of a world event in white, and then +3 black unlocks something else. So
yes, there's like doors open, isn't it?
Yeah. So see at the very start, like your very first bonfire.
Bridge,
before you go up before you go to the bridge, just to the left hand side, there's a gate, and it doesn't open until you're in +3 white.
I remember this. What happens past the gate? I can't remember.
You go past the gate. There's there's a couple of like phantoms that spawn, and then there's an NPC you can kill to get a weapon, and then you get like a ring, and then some special soul that you need to.
That NPC was like chapel gates, kind of chapel kind of thing.
It's like a tower you go into, and then you have to go down to go on to like rafts to get like a ring and a soul and stuff.
I've done it
But
before. I remember that one specifically. And I
so
don't know.
enemies are easier in white tendency. They're harder and when you're in black, but you also get more souls when you're in black as well.
That's
So you
good.
get less souls
That's
as
a
well.
good pick.
Yeah, so it's never been used before or after again, hasn't it? In any other Dark Souls games? Or
No,
has it?
well, the only thing I could think that's similar is Dark Souls 2 when you have your life cut in half. I don't know what that's based on again, but that's kind of like not the whole world tendency, but in terms of just kind of risk reward from being dead. And then
Yeah,
obviously,
you do have like a character tendency as well in demons.
so how
But I'm
far are
enjoying
you?
it. I've just done the spider.
Oh yeah.
So I went through killed the first boss, obviously, killed the red dragon. To get all the loot over there. The second boss beat out the tower guy with another fucking gimmicky one. And then went through the mines and done the spider, and that's kinda where I finished it off last night before I went to Hive Bosses.
Where would you rate it right now, considering where you are and what you've played compared to everything else?
Hmm.
Above or below Dark Souls 1?
That's what I'm currently thinking about. I don't know. I think
Dark Souls 1's
it's the,
perfection.
the graphics and all and fidelity of it's like really like unreal. I think that's really helping it as well.
Hmm.
See when you were talking about the main, you hate the main, but the only thing I can think of you hating about that is maybe the
Pearson?
hallways.
I don't remember. I just remember being
You
like,
see, when you're fighting them in the hallways, that seems to be the only time that's been a bit of a bum because you're constantly hitting against the wall.
I don't mean hate it as if I thought it was really, really difficult or what. I
Very
just
easy
don't.
because most of them you can
I
just
think,
go right behind them.
I think I'm thinking of. I'm think when I think of them, I'm almost saying, oh, that's exactly how it is in Elden Ring's tunnels. Because I hate the
Mm.
tunnel them. You know them enemies. Fucking hate them.
Yeah, no, it's
I
been
don't think
very
they are the
linear,
same.
very easy.
Yeah, the game's pissed. Like that's what I said. It was not. There's
Nah, it's it
even
is
the
it's
hardest
baby
boss in
souls.
it is piss.
That's what I was actually going to ask you. Like, does it get harder?
No, no, not really.
No,
Well, not to remember. No,
but
there's a
I'm
new thing it does. There's a guy in the first area, for example, and there's a lot that runs at you at once. I think from memory. That's a kind of where it gets at, where there's a lot of cheap kills as well, rather than being difficult. So a boulder, for example, in the first area just rolls at you.
yeah.
Up in the cliffs, is it? I don't know if I'm even
What bit are
remember
you
it.
on about, or what part?
Not the one at the stairs. There's one on past and in the very first level. For example, there's cheap deaths in that from memory, but
Oh,
it's more
there's one that when you
cheapness.
go to the very start of the main part. There's one that's throwing rocks and all that, yeah, and the actual range and stuff as well at them. It's like if even a wee fraction of the rock hits you, it
That's
does a
kind of
lot of
what I would.
damage.
Just cheapness, really, rather than. And I remember thinking that was what Dark Souls was. Just it just wants to kill you to be to angry you, and you don't get that as much in later games, but you definitely get in Dark Souls like the early ones, even Dark Souls 2, I think.
Yeah, I've had a
Um,
few moments out there where they're just trying to kill you just to be an asshole.
so after you do this, what are you going to move on to?
If I'm still in that mood where I wanna do the soul stuff, I'll be going to
You know
Dark
what?
Souls 3.
Will you do 3 over 2?
Aye.
I like 2. Like I'm telling you,
I
it's not bad.
I think I'm just leaving. It's just kind of like the black sheep. I'm just leaving it to the end.
I think you might turn around and be like, "Oh, 2's fantastic." Actually,
I might. That's the thing. I might play it, but like fuck here. 'Cause that's what Cowboy was saying. Like people were asking him at the end of the Bloodborne one, like for a new Dark Souls 2 one. Because I think his last Dark Souls 2 walkthrough was like really really long and it was fucking. It's really old as well. So we're kind of wanting
hmm
an updated one. And he was like, it's just hard to play. Like now, it's just mechanically, it's just hard to go back to compared to the newer ones. It's just really different feel. Um, but he says it was his favorite for a long time.
it's great.
And a
Like
lot
it
of
is.
people have said that. I like there was these boys I met when I was working, delivering, and they were talking about Dark Souls game stuff. And I think it was when I was playing Elden Ring, and they're like, "Oh, you need Dark Souls 2 is the best." And I was like, "Really?" It's like that's the kind of one that I hear, but it's the kind of like the dark sheep of them all. And he's like, "No, Dark Souls 2 is the best of them all."
Thing is, like none of them are bad. Do you know what I mean? Like they're all good games, all of
Yeah,
them, even Elden Ring. So you're kind of. But I think what this will be your verdict. You'll go Sekiro and Bloodborne be your favorite. You will then probably go Dark Souls 3, then Elden Ring.
you need Dark Souls 3 over Elden Ring.
Yeah, and then I think
Interesting.
you'll go Dark Souls 1 and then Demons. But you might prefer Demons because of the graphics, but
That's what's pulling me toward or
if
over
Dark Souls had
Dark
the
Souls.
graphics,
Oh,
if Dark Souls had the graphics, you would prefer Dark Souls, I think.
yeah. See if any of them games got the fucking Blue Point treatment, like that's what I'm saying, like Bloodborne. If that comes out, a fucking Blue Point remake of Bloodborne, holy shit!
Sexy.
Like
That's what I'm
holy
going to hold
shit!
up to, I think. I think I'm going to have Lords of Fallen next Lies of P. Well, those two at some time. I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood really after this for fucking more of these types of games because this one's dragging on. It's not even been that long because 30 hours is fine. Like, it's not that long, but it's just.
So you've done it so
it's,
many times, up to a certain
it's,
point. So you've done it to yourself. But I do feel like this is it. This is when you finally beat it.
well, I'm not close. Last time I didn't think I knew how close it was, but I am really obviously close. But
Yeah.
like I could probably skip a load of that and just go and beat the game if I wanted to.
You could. I mean, you could do the Fire Giant and then you go to the next place, and then that's pretty much end game territory. Like you're at the end.
No, but I want to beat Millennia.
You have
You
to.
can shut up. You're the most, honestly, you're the most. If I challenge you on it as winding you up, you get so fucking butthurt about I'm the best. No, I'm the best.
No, do you know what? Do you know what it is? Though? Do you know what it is? Though? You took a fucking piss out of me for Dead Space for so long, and then we were talking about Sekiro, and I was like, right, it's one of the hardest games in the world. Technically, we're meant to be anyway. It's like I'm gonna beat it. And
No,
being
that's
really
what you
good at
said.
it. Oh, you beat it first.
I'm gonna beat it way before you. That's what you said.
Well, I didn't fucking play it. I started late.
Oh, challenge me.
And
So whether or not you're better than FromSoft games doesn't really matter. It doesn't bother me. I'm not like that about them. It's just I don't know.
I'm not like I'm not saying that they're either. I'm just saying like arguably I'm probably the better FromSoft gamer.
But what defines it?
Just me. Just better.
Me? Just me. I'm better.
I just know I'm better.
I don't know.
But that's what I mean. Like, so my playstyle is clearly better because I'm more calculated about the fights going in. Like, there's not a boss fight that has kicked my ass apart from Millennia, and that was when I was first starting. Like, so I have no doubt now I could go back and beat her within 5, and I think I would get her in 2.
Don't know.
And I'm gonna do it. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
So, like, let me try this. So, let's say you try to use my playstyle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, take the old fight. Do you think you would be grand at it?
I think I could do it. Yeah, just super aggressive.
Maybe that's what I mean. So it's hard to. The only way we could ever really determine it is if we both have the exact same build, exact same level, and we do PvP.
Probably have to do that on PC and use Wiimote to get everybody get out of the
And
same level.
and that's the only way. And to be fair, I can tell you right now, I would probably be too aggressive. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
you would just be open to parries at that point, though.
Yeah, I'm so aggressive at it. It's impatient. I don't like sitting back and not how I play it.
I don't particularly enjoy it, but it gets the job done. Gets the job done
Yeah,
quicker as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I beat technically the hardest boss in Bloodborne. A lot of people say first time.
See, the thing with Souls games, it doesn't even feel. A lot of it just feels. I would say luck, but it's not luck. Because obviously, it's dodging. It's a lot of it is learning the movesets and all of them. Do you know what I mean? So it's just. I never feel like I do learn the movesets. I feel like I'm just trying to dodge.
See, I would go in and do a couple of attacks and then step back and see what they're going to do.
Yeah, Sekiro, I really done that. Fuck, I love Sekiro. But well, look, next week you'll hopefully have Demon Souls done. I'll have fucking better have Elden Ring done. I'm still on the lead.
Hope so.
How long would you give yourself to give it onto this? Till you give her up?
Elden Ring?
Millennia.
I didn't because obviously I was going for the platinum.
How long
for you?
How long did it take you?
It took me 2 nights. Now I don't mean 2 fucking full nights at it. I mean, like, I was sitting maybe for about an hour and a half first night. Second night I went back and I beat her probably in about half an hour. So say 2 hours.
Okay.
But now the fights maybe for me maybe a bit longer than what they would be for you. If that makes sense, because I am a wee bit more.
First swipe. That's right.
Because you'll maybe just your aggression will just kick in. But that's what I was saying before, like about that Bloodborne fight. You need to have patience. Like, if she's got one wee bit of health left, you need to play it cool.
Fuck 'em.
You know.
But the Thalian gargoyles are the only boss in Elden Ring that's really fucked me up time and time again.
I remember you having difficulty that last time as well with them.
Poison. It's nothing else. It's the poison, and it's like I hate. I never try and get around it where I try and fucking just get things to save me from the poison. So it's just essentially just making sure it's as strong as fuck. But other than that, the only thing I've been playing, Bobby, an old school RuneScape.
I was wondering, what is OSRS?
I don't know what started it. See the thing. So old school RuneScape, obviously, it was very popular when we were growing up. The reason being is it was on Miniclip actually at the time. It was promoted through. You didn't need an email to log in and sign up. So people just make accounts. But I was like my first introduction to online games, but playing it now, mate, and it's on for mobile as well. So the whole game, obviously, it is a grind. Like it's, you could be wood cutting and you're literally cutting down trees, but it takes ages. But doing that on a computer is one thing. I was literally just doing it watching TV last night. It's honestly so fucking satisfying. But what I was saying to you that I really like about it is the whole economy from it.
Aye.
So, for example, it's not like this enemy will drop very, very rare gear. The whole point is that enemy will drop rare crafting gear, but someone with a high crafting level will buy that gear off that person. They may give them 80,000 gold for that. You craft that into gear that's worth 500,000 gold. So it incentivizes you leveling up all your skills. But not only that, the quests are fantastic, but they will also need level caps on certain skills to play it. So I'm very early days now. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. I've went back a few times before, but I don't expect you to ever dive into RuneScape. But
no, I don't expect me to ever dive into RuneScape with it. No, I wasn't. I'd say I didn't really have a computer growing up.
Like fishing and all, like it's great. Like you can catch a fish and you'll catch certain fishes until you're level 10 and it'll open up a whole new one. People want to buy the fish because the better quality fish, the more health it heals. So when they're doing like PvP, because what you can do is you can go into what they call the wilderness.
Yeah.
What happens is, see if you die, you will lose everything that's on you. So someone could be wearing really great gear. He might be level 80. Someone at level 100 comes in and just you see them pop up and you're like, fuck. And they will take all your shit. So people want to see that more health. So people who level their fishing are catching better fish that heal more, so they make more money, and then it's all this fucking loop. And it's interesting. There are more people playing it now than ever before, so it's actually doing really well. And they brought it back. So what ended up happening was they made RuneScape free, which was like a proper MMO where you had kind of skills and shit. And then a lot of people left, but then they obviously found a backup from 2007, and that's kind of what I'm playing now. But I'm not going to dwell in too much because I'm not going to talk too much when people talk about RuneScape. Fucking blast from the past. But I don't know. So I think I'm going to do Elden Ring and then Hellblade. And then I'll see where I'm at from there on.
Is that all you're playing at the minute then? Sort of Elden Ring and RuneScape?
Yeah, like I was going to be... Even last night, I was like, oh, I'll hop off Elden Ring. I'm getting bored a wee bit. But I was like, well, I'm going to hop off and play fucking 2 games of FIFA. So I'll just play it through. So I'm really just trying to blast through it. I am ready for it to be done, like, big time. So that's really it. But apart from that, anything to add, Bobby?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing you fight Millennia.
What would you have beat her first time?
Just wouldn't speak to you again.
Okay, I will not beat her first time. Games out this week. Final part of the show. So Grounded, obviously the Xbox game exclusive, is now coming to PS5, PS4, and Switch April 16th. That's really it for the games releasing this week. Bobby, is Grounded worth giving a go?
It's worth giving a go. Not for you though.
Okay.
It's not a EU game. Not a EU game. Cameron probably enjoyed it.
I think he actually did enjoy it, to be honest with
you. Yeah, I played it. I actually got most of the gamer score on it. Like it's good crack. Like it'd be good to play with my mates. It's like a wee bit more of a mature Minecraft, if you want to call it that. But there is a story and stuff to it as well.
There you go. Apart from that was really it for this week. So hopefully we'll have more to talk about next week. Obviously this week is just getting back into the swing of things. We haven't talking recorded for ages, but
yeah, we're actually going to turn into a fucking FromSoft podcast.
Yeah. So next week I'll have wee Hellblade impressions, see how that goes. But apart from that, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Ciao.